My name is Zipho Khobiana. I'm 32 years old and I was born in a shack in one of impoverished communities in East London, an informal settlement. As a child, I remember we as a family did not have a house. We were impoverished, and I remember how this made me feel. I was so broken because of our living conditions, which were not very pleasant at the time. So when I was 10 years old, I started looking for alternative ways in which we could get a house, and I didn't get any luck. My family had been on a waiting list to get a government house, subsidized house, and they had been on this list for about 15 years without any luck. So lucky for us, my dad got a job and he was employed as a factory worker, and this is how we were then able to get a house. In South Africa, there are so many impoverished families who aren't as lucky as we were. And these families, they solely depend on social grant, on government social grant. And these families, they've got children, and many of these children are orphans which are taken in and raised by community members. Some are raised by relatives. And all of these houses, there's no form of income. They all depend on the social grant. Now, these are stories that haunt me daily. It haunts me because I want to help. So, me wanting to help, I want to help these impoverished families by at least building one house for one family. There are many other stories and many other families out there who are in need of houses. They all depend on government. They're waiting for government to build for them houses, and they've lost all the hope that they could get a house. So my dream is to help these kind of families. I want to help them by raising funds in which we would be able to raise at least 600,000 for one family to build one house. And I believe this will restore the family's hope. It will restore the dignity of the children. It will give the children a sense of identity. So I will be working with an NGO called Constructing Better World, wherein we'll set up a GoFundMe link wherein all donations can be made towards this great initiative. The contribution or any donation is acceptable, any amount of donation is acceptable towards this cause, because I believe that your donation will be changing a child's life. It will be changing or contributing towards restoration of a family's dignity. It's an initiative which I believe strongly in, and I believe that by joining hands, we can come together and change lives of these families. By raising funds, we can construct a better world through starting with one family at a time, one household at a time. This will help us as a community as well to have something which we can be proud of, to say that we have changed at least one child's life. I can imagine how happy a child would be when they have a house of their own. I can only imagine how a family would feel a sense of joy when their living conditions or their life has changed and they have a place called home. So this initiative will be also to contribute to a safe space, to build a safe space for this family, and that is my dream. So I would like to invite you to make any form of donation towards this cause. And by making a donation towards this cause, I will document this entire journey and share it with you. I've set up a YouTube channel which I will share the journey, the entire journey on. I invite you to please subscribe and also to kindly do make any form of donation towards this. I believe in property so much because it is a restoration of self. And when one has got a home or a house, they are able to become who they're destined to be. They have a sense of wholeness in them. So please help me by supporting my dream to building these houses for these impoverished families in South Africa. And I do hope that it will not only change one family, but many other families who are in similar dire situations in South Africa. I also believe that children should not suffer because of circumstances they're born into, such as poverty, and that is why I want to change the narrative. Thank you. God bless.